Hey y'all, what's good? It's your girl Monét, and you're watching The Exchange Rate. Fun fact, did y'all know that before drag, I used to be a banker? Yeah, but then I lost interest. That's what the kids doing. Now, I know we're supposed to hate billionaires and super rich people and everything they stand for, but goddamn it, I'm this Amazon bitch. Yes, I do. Before Corona, I had no idea the amount of happiness I found being on the receiving end of a 2-day load of deliveries. I'm not kidding. I literally was crying about it this morning. You know, that sweet luxury of aimlessly scrolling through your phone at 2 o'clock in the morning, filling your cart with candy and furniture, and receiving it all before you wake up the next day is gone. Now you gotta order something and wait till hopefully maybe kinda might possibly receive it in 3 to 4 weeks on some Civil War shit. What a shame. Hashtag Team Wish. We've got a fun show lined up today because she's a dungeon dragon. She's a dungeon dragon. She's a dungeon dragon. Nikita Dragun is stopping by, and spoiler alert, I don't know if you guys have heard, but she's from New York City, and Brita Filter is coming up in here to spill that true tea hunt tea. But without further ado, let's get into the game. Now, I'm a little gagged with everyone being quarantined. People are socially distancing. People are isolated. Why there is celebrity drama? But you know, celebrities don't have no qualms, honey, with the bullshit. Keeping with the bullshit. So you know there's some talk about. Starting with these Instagram live strip shows. Have you guys been seeing these? I've seen them up in the Shade Room, and I've seen different people reporting about them, but I've never participated in an Instagram strip club. But apparently they're all the rage, girl. Justin LaBoy and Justin Dior Combs. Yes, P. Diddy's son. Which, by the way, by what name you call P. Diddy will tell you how old your ass is. If you old, you are Puff Daddy. If you old, you're Puffy. If you're a millennial-ish, you're P. Diddy. And if you call him Diddy, you probably just found out who he was. I'm drooling. Anyway, so Justin LaBoy and Justin Dior Combs, they're hosting these virtual pop-up strip clubs on Instagram. And I know what you're thinking. Instagram, how can you do strip clubs? Well, they're very strategic. They make a new handle every time they're doing one, because Instagram be flagging and stopping their shit. So, they make a new one, they both advertise where it's gonna be, and then they hype the audience up. They DJ, they got loud music playing, they drinking, smoking, doing whatever, and then they invite the strippers to come into the live, and they put their Venmo and Cash App, they pin it to the post, and the girls proceed to give you what you need, girl, shaking their ass, their titties, everything like that, and I think it's good. Sex work is good work. Sex work is valid work. Sex work is literally the oldest profession. What's that show? The Life. They tell you that in The Life. The Oldest Profession by Lillias White. Oh my God, one of my favorite numbers. Her voice is amazing. I digress. And one of the strippers said, if it wasn't for Justin and his lives, I don't know what I would have done or how I would have paid my bills or gotten food in my house. You know, a lot of these girls are displaced. A lot of them can't work. A lot of them, we know this. A lot of people are affected. So the fact that these strippers are able to go and make some bread, get some cash. One of them reported made $2,000 and they stripped for 15 minutes. Girl, $2,000 in 15 minutes? Can I get up in the line? Could you imagine if they had me stripping in this show? Yeah, they've had some really A-list celebrities participating. The Weeknd, which isn't he married? Which you can still go to strip clubs if you're married. I'm not saying that, but it's The Weeknd. The Weeknd, Diplo, top NFL and NBA players and influencers have been a part of this. And Shaquille O'Neal, Meek Mill, YG, Casanova, Lil Yachty. I maybe know 3 of those people. What the fuck is a YG? Who is Casanova? And why would you call yourself Lil Yachty? What a stupid fucking name. Anyway, they've all participated, and it's fierce. I love it. I love it. Kudos to y'all for letting these strippers work. But P. Diddy has his own demons that he should handle because recently he participated and he had his own little stripper fest on his Instagram Live. And he had Dre Michelle from Basketball Wives, and she was stripping, she was twerking, she was living her life. Cut to, they invited Lizzo into the strip club. And Lizzo was, you know, having fun, listening to music. As soon as she turned around and started twerking her ass on the screen, Puffy comes in. He's like, hey, no. We're not doing that, man. It's Easter. I'm like, fuck off. Dre Michelle was just up in there twerking. But just because Lizzo started twerking, it's all of a sudden a problem. And I'm not saying that he's body shaming her. I'm not saying that he doesn't like, obviously he likes Lizzo. She's a part of the broadcast. But it just feels a little shady. And Lizzo laughed it off. They were all joking. They were laughing about it. He was like, yeah, man, it's Easter, whatever. I don't want to get shut down. I don't want CPS coming to my door. I don't buy it. And I think that Lizzo was in a precarious situation. It was 60,000 people watching this. It would be awkward if she was like, oh, so what you trying to say? You don't want to see me twerk? You know, I think that was the whole awkward thing she was trying to avoid. But I'm speaking for my girl Lizzo. She's very body positive. She lives her life very openly. She shows her curves, her swerves. She constantly got her ass and her titties and her vag exposed a little bit on the gram, which I love. And yeah, I thought it was a little shady. So Puffy, oh my God, I just called him Puffy. I just said, oh, I just said, oh, people call him Puffy. I mean, Diddy. It was a little shady. And I can't let just call him Puffy. I literally just talk about people calling him Puffy. Look at me. What a fool. And that also, there was also big talks about Lizzo. Apparently, Lizzo is starting an OnlyFans. Have you guys heard this? Someone, let me read so I don't fuck up the facts, okay? OnlyFans is a social media service where, you know, creators, they can create their own content. Whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be you eating Chipotle burritos, that could be your OnlyFans. But a lot of people use it for porn. A lot of porn stars are on there and they post explicit videos of them doing what to who. She said, who, he gonna what to who? That thought of me. But I don't see Lizzo starting an OnlyFans. I mean, A, she doesn't need the money. She's like one of the top selling artists of 2019, probably 2022. Not 22, but 20 as well. And I just don't see her starting OnlyFans. But someone generated this fake TMZ story where they used a TMZ header and they put Lizzo starts OnlyFans. And like they made this whole thing. It was circulating around Twitter. Everyone was like, oh my God, Lizzo's going to start an OnlyFans. And I say leave it to the people who really... Because people, I have a friend. Oh, it's Remy who did our Love and Sex panel. He started an OnlyFans, so if any of y'all want to see Remy do his due on his OnlyFans, and he got 1,000 followers in a day, and he's charging $12 per person. Do the math. That is $12,000 in one day. And OnlyFans only takes 20%. 20% of 12 to 10%. So he made, so that's $960 per subscriber. He made $9,600 in 24 hours. So anybody out there who is trying to make some money, you want to show your goodies on OnlyFans, girl, it's the wave. It's the move. There are some facts about OnlyFans. Apparently, here we go. 3.5 million new signups in the month of March. So they had 60,000 brand new creators also. So they had 60,000 people providing OnlyFans, and 3.5 million of y'all are now on OnlyFans due to Corona. Bitch work. I'm starting one. I'm not going to show nothing though. I think like, I'm going to start an OnlyFans and all my content will be blurred and censored. So and then start an OnlyFans. So, but only the OnlyFans can see the real tea. You know what I'm saying? That's smart. It's good business. And the next story, ooh, this was good. So shout out to anyone who was a Disney kid in the late 90s, early 2000s. That was me. The Luck of the Irish, 13th Year, what else? Smart House, The Proud Family, and the Cheetah Girls. So we all know it was Adrienne Bailon, Raven Simone, Keely. Those are the main Cheetah Girls. And obviously they were They were fake girl group, but obviously they weren't without their own share of drama. So recently, Raven and Keely went on Instagram Live and they addressed all their Cheetah Girls drama. Which I have to say, when people do these lives to address drama, I'm like, you are looking for content. You're trying to be extra. Like, why would they need to go on Instagram Live to talk about their drama when they could just call each other and text each other? It seems a little they're putting on for the camera, but I'll let y'all decide. Raven, so if you don't know, they did Cheetah Girls 1, 2, 3, and I think 4? Question mark? But Raven passed on Cheetah Girls 3 because she felt that the other girls were very clicky. Clicky. She felt that the other girls were really clicky and they excluded Raven from the group a lot. So she was like, I'm not doing the third movie, I'm good. Which gives me very Samantha from Sex and the City. Because y'all know she fucking hates Sarah Jessica Parker. She hates everyone. She even went on record saying, fuck them, I'm not doing Sex and the City 3. And it'll be so weird to do Sex and the City without Samantha because we all are Samantha. And so they went on Instagram Live and they talked about it, and they both apologized. Adrian, if you don't know, Adrian and Keely were in 3LW. You guys remember? I'm getting a little tired of looking at me. So they were together. So they were friends before Cheetah Girls, and then they were in Cheetah Girls together, and apparently they were really close. And Raven was always on the outskirts, and she didn't like that at all. And Keely went on the IG Live. She was like, I'm sorry if we ever excluded you. That was never our intention. That was never my intent. You're my sister. You're my friend. I love you. And then she opened up about her drama with Adrian Bailon right now. She said, Keely, well, they recently had a falling out, Keely and Adrian, because Keely felt like Adrian didn't reach out to her when her dad died. I'm like, girl, we are not in 7th grade. Like, I don't owe you a call. We were friends back in 1932. I don't owe you a call and this and that and the other. Like, I just feel like it's unnecessary. Like, these are grown-ass women. Like, it just seems so extra and so fake. She feels like Adrian was pretending to be a friend for all these years. Meanwhile, Adrian Bailon she has a successful talk show. She has not commented. She has not batted an eyelash. She has not missed a wink of sleep concerned about these hoes. She like has her own shit going on. She doesn't have time for that shit, which I kind of feel bad because obviously they're looking for a little. But yeah, Adrian doesn't care. Keely, move on. Move on. Y'all were friends when y'all were what, 18, 19? Like, move on, mama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's the stories today. We're going to talk about The Bachelor, but I am so exhausted by that show. I think it's so stupid, and I'm not going to waste my time discussing The Bachelor. So, The Bachelor, first of all, anyone who goes on reality TV looking for love, like, what? Although The Love is Blind, though, Cameron and Lauren, they are so cute. I can't wait to follow my Cameron. So Love is Blind is like the only real love show I feel like I've ever seen, all right? But so Peter Weber, he, not the most recent one, but he was in Bachelor in Paradise very recently, and he got with Madison, and then he left Madison really like right after the show was done and went to Hannah. Hannah was the first runner up. Then he left her, and then he allegedly started dating Julie LaPlaca. And then he left her, and then cut till he was doing an interview during quarantine. Mind you, this all happened in like the past 6 months. 4 girls in the past 6 months. Work, Peter. And then he left Julie, and then he's been in quarantine. He's been isolating. And then he had to do a video interview, and look who pops up on the screen, Miss Kelly Flanagan. Kelly Flanagan, he is changing fucking girls like underwear, all right? And the camera was like, oh, Kelly, it's weird that you're here. She's like, yeah, I'm just here quarantining with Peter. But cut to, they're allegedly not dating. They're just quarantining together. Who is going to quarantine with someone that you're not actively fucking and that you're not courting and that you're not dating? I'm not going to deal with your snoring, your bad habits in isolation, and we're not like dating. Like, it just seems like such bullshit. And it's just very weird. And then in the live, we find out that Kelly's like, you know, I always thought that me and Peter would end up together, but the show was pulling very shady stunts, and they were keeping us away from each other because I was not a valid storyline. She said, they locked me in a closet for 3 hours a week because they did not want to let me see you. I have a hard time digesting the fact that ABC was letting producers lock people in a closet. Now, granted, I've never worked at ABC. I don't have a show at ABC. My show was RuPaul's Drag Race on VH1. And people think that our show is made up and they're fake storylines. I'm here to tell you this. In my experience in Drag Race, I've never experienced a fake moment or a fake storyline. I've never seen that happen, and no one that I know from the show has experienced that. But I don't know how ABC handles their house and how they do their shit. So maybe because other people have corroborated the story. Blake Hortzman was also a contestant on the Bachelorette, and he said that he was bullied by producers. You had Chris Randone, who corroborates the claims that other people have gone through this, and Colton Underwood was another contestant on the Bachelorette, and he said he had similar frustrations as Blake and Chris, and you can read all about it in his new book, The First Time Finding Myself Looking for Love on Reality TV. Well, listen, not every show can be Love is Blind, and I'm not saying these people's experiences did not happen. I just find it highly unlikely that they will lock you in a closet for 3 hours a day. That just seems a little crazy. No? Do y'all think that shit really happened? Yeah, me either. Comment below. Again, if you ever have a story that you wanted to talk about on the exchange rate, tag us on Instagram, tag us on Twitter, #exchange rate, and we'll look through it and see what interesting things you guys think should be discussed on the show. Full disclosure, I'm Monét X Change. I'm a horrible fucking cook. Okay? I deadass thought folding the cheese was a euphemism for farting. Lucky for me, I got some friends in some well-seasoned places that I can call whenever I'm in a pinch. Hey, girl.
Hey, hi, Queen.
All right, Miss Jacqueline, what are we cooking today, Mama?
Ooh, we are gonna amp up the ramen.
What should I get out in terms of thingies?
Okay, we're grabbing all kinds of stuff here. You got red onion, carrot, and mushrooms, yeah?
Okay, I got a carrot in the fridge.
We need sesame oil and olive oil.
I got me a big ass bottle of olive oil, honey.
That's a $1,000 bottle. Oh, you're gonna use olive oil.
Okay.
We need sriracha.
Okay, now I didn't do sriracha. I got Cholula. I don't like sriracha. I like Cholula.
Okay, you can do that. Anything spicy. We're just trying to spice it up. Vinegar. I do rice vinegar for this. It's Asian.
What you just called me?
Yeah.
This is so crazy. I just happen to have all of these ingredients in my apartment.
What a coincidence.
Right?
Also, for people who want to make this at home, this is the only stuff you can buy in the grocery store anymore. The Asian aisle is the only thing that's not sold out. Because racism. We need vegetable stock.
I got chicken stock.
Okay, that's fine, girl. Get it. You're going to be a big bitch.
Gonna, bitch. Now, this side of the New York City apartment, space is at an equity, so we're going to use this little martini glass to put all those ingredients together. A half cup.
Are you going to do it in a martini glass?
Yeah, girl, I don't got no bowls. We use brown sugar up in this motherfucker.
Just a little, just not too much.
Okay.
We're gonna pickle some onions. How chopped are those? I miss the smell of a man, you know?
You know, as a kid, I used to eat onions as a fruit.
What? You mean like the Grinch?
I'm allergic to mushrooms.
You're allergic to mushrooms?
I'm gonna make a cocktail while you do that. Very elegant passion fruit. This is organic Welch's, Mama. Tequila and passion fruit juice.
Ooh. I'm out of tequila. I went through all of it. Tuesday night I went crazy. Wednesday I woke up next to a bottle of Jack Daniels and I was drinking tequila.
Burner should be on, right?
The burner should be on, yes.
Oh, bitch, that smells like vagina. Down.
No, it's sesame. You just put it in there and trust me. How many times have I heard that?
Okay, let me take the egg out. Ah, it's hot! Oh.
Are you doing it with your hands?
Yes, girl. I don't have a lot of utensils.
I can't.
Wooden spoons are so fashion. Oh, it is fucking popcorn.
Yeah. I know it's gonna get real poppy.
Oh my god.
We're doing 2 cups.
Oh, that don't taste good by itself. I like it spicy. Let me tell you something. I watched Chopped. Bitch, if you put too much black pepper and ketchup, the judges are like, ooh, this is too much. This is way too spicy. I'm like, girl, she just put salt and pepper in the damn bowl.
Listen, that's the hot sauce of my people. I cut real thin some julienne carrots. You see this?
Okay, what the fuck is a julienne carrot?
It's just
and
a
where's
real...
the Romeo carrot?
It's a... Julienne with an N.
Oh, Julienne. Okay. My noodles. Oh, my God. There's too much going on.
You don't have any broth in there?
No! Look! It's empty! There's no broth! I don't know what the broth went! I am Julietting my carrot.
Okay, yeah.
Bitch, I'm giving you Buffy, honey.
That's...
Juliet, girl. Okay, so after I Juliet my carrots, then what?
Oh, coronavirus.
Girl, I think I'm gonna crack this egg open. It's literally gonna be a fucking baby chicken in this motherfucker.
It's not cooked.
I tried being vegan, never. I really turned the party.
I don't top, but I am a chef.
We're making new dishes.
In theory.
Ramen broth. You cover everything. Oh my God, Jacqueline, thank you so much for helping make this lovely ramen.
Of course, I'm very excited.
Can we do breakfast next time?
Totally.
Ooh, I love getting my French toast stuffed. All right, bitch, I'll see you next time.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, boo.
Oh! Ooh, I can't wait to see how that shit turns out. If you do too, check out the pinned comment below for a link to my YouTube channel for the full video. Thank you, Jacqueline. Now, when it comes to beauty, our first guest is in a league of her own. Honestly, I spent hours playing with makeup to try to look like her, and the closest I got was Trinity the Tuck, okay? But before the third nose. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, please welcome the gorgeous Nikita Dragun!
Hi, everyone. Hey.
Yes, Nikita, how you doing, girl?
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I mean, this is a little different than my normal FaceTime calls during quarantine. You know, I have more clothes on this time, but this is it.
Well, first of all, you look absolutely stunning. I'm gagged.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna accept that compliment because look, I have no nails right now. I feel very weak.
Now, are you quarantining on your private island? Because I know you got a private island.
I don't know about a private island. I mean, I'm here at the Pussy Palace holding it down in Hollywood. It's a little crazy here in LA, but I'm living my fantasy. I don't know if you're the same way about me. Like, I love to go out. I love the attention. So I'm trying to be a caged dragon right now. It's not working out.
So you know that we work with the same photographer, John Sams?
Stop, you do?
Oh yeah, I just did a whole series with him. First of all, I love him. And that picture of you with the pink hair and the green coat, girl, it is literally, honestly, perfection. It's so beautiful. You look delicious.
Thank you. Thank God it's still up on Sunset right now. I have my little billboard. Like, no one's taken it down yet. So I think I get like an extra month. So I'm like,
So now listen, so you started YouTube in 2013. It's now 2020. You have about almost 3 million subscribers. When you started YouTube, were you like, I know I'm going to be famous, or were you just doing it as an outlet? Like, what was your thought? Because I would think that you were like, I'm going to be a star.
No, I mean, I've always, like, I'm sure you feel the same. You kind of feel your destiny. I always had this like pop star kind of quality of like, you know what, I'm going to do something different, but it was never for necessarily the fame. So back in the day, I just kind of started my channel for, shits and giggles. Wait, can I cuss on here? Can we cuss on here?
Oh, girl, yes. Fuck, pussy.
Yes!
Pussy.
Okay. I just wanted to live my like full fantasy, and then it wasn't until I started sharing my trans identity that my YouTube and just all my social media took off, because before then I wasn't even talking about it. No one even knew that I was. They just thought I was this like little girl from Virginia.
Well, I have to say, for the longest while, like I didn't know either. I was like, oh my God, this girl is so pretty, blah 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 blah. And that's a lot of what captivates people, what like attracts people to you, is how open and honest you are about like everything on your channel. Like you talked about like your gender confirmation, surgery, like you're so open about everything.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I have to. I feel like we kind of have a responsibility, and even for me, like, where I've had even some girls in the community, like my trans mothers and stuff, be like, girl, you don't really have to put all your business out there. You know, you can kind of live a little bit more like discreet and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, but I feel like it would just be such a letdown to other girls in the community, other people, if I was just to be so, you know, under the cover. I feel like some people may kind of like get on me about being too open and shoving it down people's throats, but I feel like I have to be, like, when you have such a big platform, I have to remind people, I have to talk about the injustices. It's just that such a community that always gets like looked over. So I kind of feel like a little bit of responsibility.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, and that comes with a big burden, because sometimes you're like locked up in drama with the whole Jeffree Star thing. And then also you spoke so candidly about the Victoria's Secret not having trans models, and you were so vocal, it went viral because you were like, I'm not having it. But now they have a trans model. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's genuine, or do you think they're doing it because they were called out?
I mean, in my heart, I want to say it's genuine, because I mean, like, I just like believe in humans and stuff. But at the same time, obviously, like, you know, their track record hasn't shown or proven that. But at the same time, they're taking positive steps and changes. I can only allow them to change. So I think they've had like a lot of shifts and commands and stuff. But yeah, even when I did that video, it was never about like taking down Victoria's Secret. It was never even me being a Victoria's Secret model, because that's what a lot of people thought. They were like, bitch, you're not even like, I'm 5'3" girl, like I'm tiny. So like everyone's like, girl, why do you think it was never about that? It was that saying that trans and plus size women are not the fantasy and cannot sell the fantasy. So I just wanted to that, you know, obviously girls like us can. And it went crazy. I mean, that was the first taste I ever got that the internet really was like making a movement. And it was like such an honor that I was able to do that. It was wild.
Oh, I love it. And then you got a little backlash for your VMA when you did the red carpet. And I have to say this, as someone, like, I live in the world of theatrics and drama. I did not think it was such a crazy thing. Also, I've been to events where I've seen people do that, and it's just kind of, it's fair. It's like, why do you think people are so mad about it? I honestly don't get it.
I mean, you know, I've always been a very polarizing personality, even as far back as like, either you really fuck with me or you really don't fuck with me. And I think I'm such a performance artist. Like in everything I do, I never want to be basic. I always want to push like thought and be a little bit provoking and kind of have a little bit of shock value. So I think, you know, people were just so like, oh my God, how are you going to put a boy on a leash? And, you know, even as far as saying like, you know, I had one of the boys was an African-American model, and they're like, how dare you put him on a leash? And I was like, wait, what? Like, you know, they were going so crazy. And I was like, my inspiration actually was Snoop Dogg. Back in, I forgot what year, I think it was like 2003 or something. And he brought actual, almost fully naked women to the.
Oh, yes. Right.
And I actually had just gone through a situation prior where, you know, like I said, girls like us go through situations where, you know, we would get with guys and everyone doesn't believe that the straight guy is living for our fantasy. So everyone thought, you know, I was married to this guy. So that was kind of like, you know, the news at the time. So I was like, you know what, if I'm going to be the sugar mama hiring boys, I'm going to walk down the carpet with 3 boys on a leash.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so speaking of your love life, how is your love life now? Are you dating? Are you single? What's the tea?
Oh, I mean, you know, I will say quarantine. Are your DMs as crazy as mine right now?
Not from who I wanted to be crazy from.
I just feel like the boys really have the time right now. And I recently did a Snapchat show. It was like a reality show of my life.
Yes, the dating show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just about everything. And I really showcased the weird dynamic that kind of is in my life, not only just dating as a trans woman, but also having this like kind of level of success and being like young in Hollywood. So it's a little weird. But ever since that show came out, it's hilarious because I feel like, you know, I was really kind of fucked over a little bit here and there on the show. So I think all the boys were just like, hey, you didn't find love on that show. Like, hey,
well, come find it with me.
Like,
it was like, girl, I do not want your broke ass, honey.
Please. I know. I mean, the problem is broke dick is the best dick. I keep
right, girl. It's
so bad. It's so bad.
I recently saw a meme. It was like a picture of this like messy bedroom, a mattress on the floor and everything. It was like, girl, you know the dick gonna be good.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, I think I've learned to be a little bit more private with my situations now, but things are going like a lot better. I mean, I'm definitely always going to be a little boy crazy. You know us, like I get the hormones in me, the estrogen, and I'm just like, Where the boy? Where the boy? Where are they?
What is your type, by the way? I'm trying to figure out because you look like you have a very eclectic palette. What is your type? Though?
Yeah.
You...
Yeah, you're reading me right. I mean, I'm an Aquarius, so you know I'm a weirdo. So I don't know. I have such a like eclectic situation. My friend called me. He was like, you know, you're gonna end up with a white boy. You know, you're gonna be that Asian girl ending up with a white guy. And I was like, I know. I always have a soft spot for like, you know, a cute little white boy fantasy. But I love my Latinos. My mom's full Mexican, so I love my like. Feel my personality is very fiery, very Latina. So I need like an equally kind of like fiery with me. But I love my Middle Eastern yalla habibis. You know what I mean? And I obviously, I love my, you know, I love good chocolate moment, girl. I love boys. I really love boys.
Caress them bundles, bitch. I see you.
I know. This is my real hair. Like I'm over here, like.
Oh, word, girl. Really?
Oh,
yes, ma'am. I am. Would you ever do like a Love Is Blind situation? Because honestly, I did not believe in love and reality TV shows, and I saw Love Is Blind, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I can find love on blind love. Do you know what I'm saying? Would you ever do like a celebrity version of Love Is Blind?
No.
No.
I don't think it's my tea. I don't know. I feel like I'm such a. And it's not even about like the per se like looks of a person because I feel like I've kind of gone through that journey. Like I was like, you know what, let me find the hottest guy ever and get with him because then it's just gonna really give me my full like trans like woman fantasy. And I tried it and then you know, you wake up the next morning and then you try to talk about something and you're like, oh my God, girl, like pulling teeth. You know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just in that like weird like college girl phase of like, you know, dating around and being stupid. That would you do? I feel like you would kill it on a show like that.
I mean, I will probably kill them a bad way, girl, because let me tell you something. The only condition, stipulation I have in love, everything else, I don't care, race, this, whatever, but you have to be tall. I cannot with a shorty. And if I fall in love with a 5'2", something or the other, bitch, I will be mad. And I would not put on for the camera. I'll be like, no, I'm sorry, cut.
You go. That's enough.
Exactly. So that's why that scares me. But you know, honestly, I'm desperate. I'm 30 years old, girl. I gotta get it together.
God, wait, what's your sign?
I'm a cusp. I'm half Aquarius, I was born February 19th, so I'm both. I'm Pisces and Aquarius.
Okay, got it. So she's a little emotional, but at the same time a little bit hard to read, like very that vibe.
Oh yes, you nailed it. Down. And now you did all that. You had the struggles with you know with love and that shady ass motherfucker. But that all led to because you're kind of doing it when you were with him. But Dragun Beauty, talk to us about Dragun Beauty, mama.
Oh my God. I mean, I feel so incredibly honored, but at the same time, I kind of like feel like I don't know. You know, whenever someone's like, "Oh, you're the first trans person to have a trans-owned beauty line," like I'm the CEO of my own brand. Like it's on one hand amazing, but at the same time, I'm like, you guys, it's like 20. You know, I started my brand a year ago, so like 2019. I'm like, really, there hasn't been a boss trans woman owning her own kind of like cosmetics brand. But, I mean, it's been a great honor. I created it just because, you know, I learned from the showgirls, all my, you know, even my drag mothers, my trans mothers. They taught me about color correcting, just stuff that I used in my transition because makeup always was a transformative thing. It was, of course, an art thing for me, but at the same time, it was like, girl, I was just trying to go to Starbucks and not get clocked, you know, and I had to do like a half, right? I had to do at least a half day. So I realized over the years, like in my success as a beauty guru, it was because, you know, the cisgender girls or even just anyone else were realizing they could use the same techniques that I was doing to kind of be a little bit more feminine. And I just felt like there wasn't that many products for kind of, you know, girls like me or just like for our community. And so I was able to, luckily enough, create them. And I feel like that's my true passion. I'm obsessed with business and marketing. And I went to school for business and marketing, but for cosmetics. So, I mean, that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's my Asian side. So she's educated, you know, but it's truly been amazing. And even with my brand, obviously, you know, we're expanding this year and doing a lot of really amazing things. And obviously, I want a full line, but at the same time, I want to continuously address the holes in the industry that I feel like, you know, girls like me can kind of benefit from. And I've been able to, I never thought, at the early, in my early 20s, I'd be able to give back to the community. We do a lot of partnerships with the LA LGBTQ Center and the Trans Wellness Center, makeup classes, donating
Love
makeup,
that.
like that. So it's been really amazing. And I feel like I kind of like grew up a little bit in this process. I'm not a crazy little, I have like a business, I have my employees. And even now with all the crazy COVID stuff, I'm still operating and I'm still able to pay all my employees, which is amazing.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
So what do you say to people who say, oh, your line feels exclusionary to cis women or cis people who want to use makeup?
I mean, definitely it's not that at all. I mean, I think I've always stated my motto has been for trans people and all people.
Love that.
I like the fact that, my community first has been overlooked for a very long time in the beauty world. So I'm kind of like, cis girls, no one get mad, like.
Yeah, like y'all have had years and decades of Estee Lauder and MAC and blah, 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 blah. Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like what is your tea?
You guys have had a little bit. So like, I am a trans girl, so I just have to wave the flag for my trans people, like for community. But at the same time, I think, I would say probably like 6 months after I launched, obviously, my community, my trans girls and everyone was super, even for drag and covering up brows and beards. So everyone was really gravitating towards the brand. But at the same time, after probably the 6-month mark, like I really saw a shift in like the cisgender community and, just kind of like everyday kind of people using the products. And I mean, it's been wild, the fact that people are just like, oh shit, like, wait, I can use this too. Like I'm a girl, I'm a, naturally born woman. And I kind of have a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, I have a little bit of darkness. I have a little hickey, here or there. So it's been a crazy experience, but I feel like my brand is actually very inclusive in a lot of ways.
And I love I love that you were giving away these dragon eggs. Such good branding, so smart, so cute. Yeah. What is your go-to Dragon Beauty product? Like the thing, like if like everything from your line disappeared, it's like this one thing cannot go anywhere. What is your go-to Dragon Beauty product?
Yeah, it's my color. Look, I'm staring at it right now. It's like right here. I'm like, I'm not even just on my makeup table all crazy. Like I literally have such a bad kind of like discoloration around the mouth. The tea. Like I'm not trying to be no shade to past queens. The girls that walk down the runway and Michelle's like,
girl, yes,
that is just not my tea. So I mean, she is always my go-to because I definitely struggle with a little 5 o'clock moment, a little hickey moment every now and again. You get a little bruising somewhere, put a little.
Nikita, I fucking love you. Listen, we when this is all done, we had to hang out. I'm obsessed.
I'm so down. Are you in New York right now?
Yeah, I'm in New York right now, girl. In my little 2-bedroom apartment, girl. You know.
Well, I'm sending my well wishes. I'm like I know it's a little wild over there, but that's my favorite place. And if anyone's gonna hold it down in New York, it's always gonna be you guys. So.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. When this is all said and done, please come to the studio so we can do it in person in the studio.
Yes.
We can like drink, play still stupid games. It's so much fun at down in the studio when it's back up and running.
I'm so down.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for chatting with me and enjoy the rest of your corona. Well, not enjoy, but stay safe in the rest of your corona.
Yes, I'm gonna go message some boys and go maybe quarantine and cuddle virtually, of course.
My dear, have a good day and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Bye.
All right, bye, love. Mwah.
Yes!
If you pronounce Spanish words like a white girl going on spring break her freshman year of college, then you've been doing it all wrong. To help put a little articulation in our conjugation, we have Pixie Aventura on the case.
Titty check. You can't see it. You never know. Ay, look at you. Yes, work. Atención, atención, attention! Welcome to my classroom. My name is Señorita Aventura, and for today's lesson, our phrase is sugar daddy. Hey. Ooh. A sugar daddy is usually an older man who provides for their younger partner in exchange for companionships and a few favors, Now, sugar benefactors pay for things like bills, rent, wig, nails, hair, hips, heels, everything except for dancers, and frequently enjoy bestowing lavish gifts upon their younger little partners. Younger people. Younger partners. Friends. Companionship. Companion. Younger people. There we go. The word sugar was a slang term for money, and zari, of course, is a slang term for father. In fact, the oldest example of the idiom's use was in the article for the Kingston Daily Freeman newspaper of Syracuse, New York in 1923. Coincidentally, 1923 was also the year Lady Bunny lost her virginity at the age of 9. Now, before you raise hell over that, drag queens age differently than the rest of human beings. We either age slowly and gorgeously, or we age faster than a dog. So we just don't know how old Lady Bunny really is. So now that we have the history for sugar daddy, let's translate it into Spanish. Here are some examples. Papi dulce, viejo adinerado, ricachón, tío rico, papi rico. Can you say viejo adinerado? Oh my god, that was like so good. Good for you. Now let's put it in a sentence. Where did this bitch hear that had a viejo adinerado? Time out, hold up, sweetheart. Let's get it together before you want to read, okay? I'm not even in a relationship, let alone have some old man shacked up that's buying me all of my drag and costumes. I don't even have a viejo adinerado, sweetheart. Everything that I've worked for and I've worked for to get, I have built myself. So I need you to know that 100%. I don't have a viejo adinerado. I've never had a viejo adinerado. And if I wanted a viejo adinerado, yes, I could probably go out and get one because I'm what? Sickening! You could never have a viejo adinerado because you are not that type of girl. Well, classroom, that has been the lesson for today. Sugar daddy, viejo adinerado. I hope you learned a little something. So come back and take another class with Pixie Aventura. And remember, if you're sickening, you can get yourself a viejo adinerado.
Pixie Aventura, thank you so much for that lovely lesson in Española. Make sure you guys check her out on Instagram at Pixie Aventura. Now, this next guest is my girl, my sister, my hometown hero. Makes a noise for the anything but pure diva herself, Miss Brita Filter.
Yes! How are you?
I'm good. First of all, where is this lovely? Is this your apartment in New York? That is a very
girl.
nice
I'm at my parents' house in Maine.
Oh.
Yeah. I came here 34 days ago. She's been counting, girl. She's been putting tips on the wall.
I cannot imagine quarantining with my parents. That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, you know, New York is so bad, so I thought it was so important to get out of there. I have really bad asthma, so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go over here for a little bit and see what happens. Yeah.
And now, wait, so you were born in Hawaii or were you born in Maine?
Bitch, I was born in Arizona.
Arizona?
Born and raised in Arizona. And
Okay.
then when I graduated high school, my dad moved to Hawaii, my mom moved to Maine, and then I was like, I'm gonna move to New York. 13 years later, everyone knows that I'm what? From New York.
Now listen, here's the thing, but I want to say this. Yes, you said it a lot, you're from New York City, but I feel like all the New York queens do it all the time. But it's just that sometimes the fans be like, you know what? We're going to pick this season to let you know. Because, I mean, Bob said it literally every time he fucking batted an eyelash. He was from New York City, the fiercest drag, blah, 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 blah. Then he wore that tight-ass robot catsuit, and everyone was like, what are you doing him? You know, why do you think they were so mad about you saying you're from New York? I still don't get it, honestly.
You know, I think, you know, while I was there, I think I didn't even really think about it that I was saying it. I mean, and also, like, you know, when I initially went there, I was like, okay, I need to give myself a pep talk. I was like, you're on Drag Race. I'm very nervous. I was like, okay, I'm from New York. I got this. I'm from New York. I kind of used it as a pep talk to like build myself up because I just wasn't, I was like freaking out the entire, I don't know if you knew. I was freaking out the entire time there.
Well, you know, I say this again. People like you go on the show and like you do your thing, but people don't realize you're under so much stress. Like you're constantly second guessing yourself. You constantly thinking you're not good enough. Constantly thinking that this person is better than you. Like it's like a lot of mental warfare being on that goddamn show. And I did it twice. I know.
Yeah, girl. You sure did, girl. I was like, oh, she's gonna go right back into that thing.
I know.
It is. It's wild. It's wild. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Agreed.
Truly,
Agreed.
preparing for it, and like, you know, I wish I would have went in a little more well rested. I don't think anyone really can, because you're kind of scrounging to the last minute to get everything prepared. And so, yeah, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was definitely mental challenges. I mean, now looking back on the entire experience, I've definitely learned a lot through the whole thing, and them showing me a certain way. But I mean, I definitely said all those things. There was definitely things going through my mind, but it is one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I kind of lost sight of myself at times, because I was like, why am I not winning? Why am I not winning? And instead of like focusing in on myself, then I like started blaming it on other people, which isn't right to bring anyone else down because I'm feeling a certain way. But you know, I've learned a lot, and I'm really hoping that like at the end of the last episode, they did a good job of sending me off, and I feel like I went out on a high note. But I'm just grateful for the experience. I mean, that's not like me to act like that. I mean, people in New York know Miss Brita, and you know, I definitely did those things, but it was just because I was feeling a certain way. Aiden and I are good. We're perfect. We're good.
You see, now, see that's what I'm gonna say. People think that you and Aiden are mortal enemies. People think that you want to like kill his grandmother. People like think that y'all like hate each other. What to set the record straight? What is the tea with you and Aiden now?
I mean, Aiden and I are perfect. I actually, I made up to Aiden. I apologized to her on set that day. There were no cameras filming because I just was like wanted to make sure that we had good things. But you know, just like normal sisters, like sometimes we get pissed off at each other and the claws come out, but then we go back like 2 seconds later overeating our chicken, being like, "Hey girl, how you doing? You feeling good?"
Right,
fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing. Also, I say this: like, a Drag Race, I feel, is showing the world what like happens, but at the back of show bars across the world. Like, bitch, I have had full on arguments, full on. No one ever tried to fight me because you're not that stupid. But I've had very heated moments with a lot of my close friends and queens in the scenes that I've been a part of. But it's just that the cameras are there and they're catching it, and millions of people are watching it, so it really makes you feel like a bad guy.
Yeah. You know, it was a lot. It was really hard to watch those moments. But I definitely learned a lot. It's not someone who I am constantly. I feel like finally people at the end, since I was sent home, are starting to see like colors of me come out. But I really just I just love drag so much, and I really just want to spread my light and like do good things and like make really cool queer art for people. I think even now people need it more than ever. Because we're all like stuck inside.
Yeah. And now people don't know this connection that we have. So right before I went to go film season 10, you and I were going to be on the same reality show together, Shade Queens of NYC.
Yeah.
And I was like in a rock and a hard place. I'm like, okay, do I do Shade? Do I do Drag Race? What to do? And Bob was like, Monét, you're a fucking idiot. Go do Drag Race. Everybody wants to do Drag Race. But you won Shade Queens in New York City. Can you talk about your time with that show? Because honestly, I watched it and I got to know so much about you. And I would encourage people to watch Shade if you want to see more sides of Brita, since you can't tour and travel and people really experience you in real life.
Yeah, thank you. You know, yeah, it was an amazing experience. I definitely learned a lot doing that as well. And it kind of just followed us 8 drag queens in New York City, and kind of our like the daily workings of what makes us tick, you know?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it just because it told a different story. Drag Race is such a competition mentality when you go into it. And this was nice to just focus on like the true human beings outside of drag and what makes it tick and why we do what we do. So it was really beautiful. Unfortunately, it just lasted for 1 season, but
I know
we all did some great work. And I think it really truly does a good job of showing the New York drag scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, work. Now, so I've been asking all the girls this, like, you know, of like what they think their mark on drag will be. Like, you know, you look at Bianca, you look at Bunny, you look at these people, you're like, oh, this is what that person does. What do you think your mark on drag is going to be now that you've been exposed and unleashed to millions of people?
You know, I'm really, really, really happy and excited that I'm the first Polynesian drag queen to be on the show. So I'm so excited to just represent my community. And I never had anyone to look up to when I was a kid that looked like me. So I'm so excited to be that gay LGBTQIA plus representation for people that look like me, because I never had that. I was a little Mormon kid growing up with the dream.
Wait, you were Mormon?
Girl, I was born and raised Mormon.
What? I did not know you were Mormon. Jesus.
Yeah, girl.
Born and raised Mormon. With that mouth, honey, you could take down the whole brotherhood, girl. Okay?
Those special underwear, girl.
Oh my God, did you wear the special underwear?
No. I didn't get that far. Far. Yeah.
Work. And now, I mean, obviously, with this situation going on, it's a little crazy. Would you go back and do an All-Stars, or you were like, nah, I'm good?
No, I definitely would. I would definitely go back. I think it's important for me to. They saw one side of me, which unfortunately I didn't. I was so upset by. But it definitely happened, and I think it's good to show people in stressful situations. But yeah, I definitely want to go back. I think I want to show people my lights, my love, everything that I have. The reason why I love drag, what drag does to me. And I think like in my Meet the Queens and my my makeup tutorial video that they come out with at the end, you really get to see like the real Brita that I am, as opposed to me under a lot of stress and in a competition situation. And that's the reason why I don't do competitions, and I know why now. And so does the rest of America.
I mean, but you did pretty well in competitions in New York, if I'm not mistaken, and you hosted your own.
Yeah, I'd rather host a girl than.
No. Now, how are you keeping the Brita love going in this quarantine? Because I haven't seen you do any digital shows. You're really taking this quarantine to really be with yourself.
Yeah, I did one digital show. I left New York so quickly that I literally had to call my roommate before they left the apartment to send me some things because I didn't bring any drag. I honestly didn't think this would last as long as it did. I got out of New York as fast as possible because people around me were getting sick everywhere, and I didn't bring much drag. So I'm, cover boy covers girl, doesn't cover girl or boy. You know what I'm trying to say. Cover girl, don't cover boy.
Honestly, Brita, and people have been saying that a lot too, that your makeup is so underrated. I have to say this, the way that you construct your face, it is so fierce. And I watched your buttons and bows look on VH1, and girl, I obviously have seen you for years, but I just didn't realize how good your makeup is.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's actually funny. I'm watching Drag Race, so I was like, oh fuck, I did that. I was like, that's cool. Okay.
Honestly, what I would be so interested in is getting the Brita face with like fucking shit from the store, from the damn Dollar General, because the tea is people in Aiden's hometown are probably getting ready with Dollar General makeup. So why not give them a tutorial from its arch nemesis?
That's right, girl. I'm gonna do it. I think I should just raid my mom's makeup like I did when I was a little kid, and just my mom's makeup on my face, and we'll see what happens.
That would be so cute. I'm so into that. And listen, Brita, I think do not let the fans get you down, because as someone who has been bullied by the fans a time or 2 or 10 in my life, yes, it sucks, it feels bad, but just know that that you are fucking Brita Filton. Own that and let the world see your star, mama.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love you. That means so much.
I love you, bitch. And when you come back to New York City, we're gonna have a drink or 3 or 5.
Absolutely. 7. Yes.
Well, enjoy, man, and I'll see you back in New York City.
Yes, thanks for having me. Bye.
Of course, girl. Happy Corona. Oh, what a fun show. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Exchange Rate. It is always a kikiana and a half chatting and you guys watching me be a fool for almost an hour. Listen, Corona times are crazy times. Stay safe, wash your hands, and remember to always keep your currency in check. Mwah! No thumbs.